Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is a first look at the brand new Nikon 8-15mm f3.5 to 4.5 zoom fisheye lens. So I just purchased mine at Allen's Camera, and this is it right here. Now let's talk about how it feels, how it zooms, how it smells. Before we get into some sample files, I've given you guys raw files. You can click the link down below to download raw files. I used a Nikon D750 with this lens on it. I gave you circle photos and I gave you 15mm photos so that you can pixel peep the DNGs to see how you think the quality looks, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. So when you pick it up, it's not that heavy. It does feel kind of light. Somebody asked me, how do the zoom rings feel? They're not super loose. They're not super tight. They're right in the middle. Now, in terms of how does it feel build quality-wise, honestly, it almost feels like a kit lens, like right above a kit lens. It doesn't feel like the top-of-the-line Nikon lens that you're used to holding, one of the 2.8s. Now, this is a 3.5 to 4.5. Canon has the 8-15, which is an f4 straight through. I love that lens. That is a beast. This is the old Nikon one. This is the 16 2.8. This has just been replaced by this one. Finally, you can see the difference in size. They feel very similar in weight. This one was made in Japan. This one was made in Thailand, for whatever that means for anybody in there. But when I was zooming this in and out like this, it kind of has a hollow sound, for whatever that's worth. Anyway, at 8mm, you have to take off the lens hood, or the lens hood will show up in it. My hair can possibly show up in it if the wind is blowing too, because at 8mm, you can see it's showing a large area, almost everything. At 15mm, it looks really nice for a fisheye. My main issue with the older lens was it wasn't sharp any longer. It just didn't feel sharp on the full frame bodies digitally. Now this at 15 looks pretty good, and you can see the files yourself to see that it looks pretty darn sharp in the pictures that I took indoors and outdoors, so I'm definitely happy with that. So that was something good. Now I did test this out with video, which I'll show you in just a second. What's it smell like? Cotton candy, because it's light and fluffy like my hair. That's right, if my hair was cotton candy, it would be tasty. So anyway, the lens is bigger. You can see the difference here. This has a built-in lens hood. This does not. This takes up a heck of a lot more space in my bag than this one does. Is this worth $1,249? Is it the first lens? Because people say, is this the lens that I should buy? Well, honestly, this is not your first lens to buy. This is not your second lens to buy. It's probably not even your third lens to buy. It's probably down on the list as the fifth or sixth lens that you purchase. Why? Because fisheyes are not really meant to be used very often. They're meant to be used sparingly, and when you do use them, you use the fisheye effect to the maximum that you can use it to get a really nice image. Then you take this lens off, you put it back in the bag, and you forget about it because you got your fisheye shot. Now at 8mm, it's interesting in video, because what I did is I shot some video, which you're seeing right now. You can see it at 8mm, you can see it cycle through to 15mm, and back all the way through the range again. So for video, it's actually pretty interesting. If you want to sit in front of it and talk to it, it is pretty cool as the circle part for that. But really, that's what I have to say about it. I just picked it up, so I took some sample images. Let's take a look at those sample images right meow. And here you go. This is outside of Allen's Camera. I always went and took pictures of the Ruger's Beer and Soda, which was next door. This is at 15mm. The fisheye, I'm really happy with how sharp it is. This one hasn't been corrected at all. This was at, what, f5. I didn't shoot it wide open, I guess. Oh, wait, no. Why didn't I shoot it wide open? Oh, I don't know. Probably because when I zoomed, it was variable aperture and it was stuck on f5 and I didn't even think about it. But that really doesn't matter much because everything's going to be in focus with something like this. You can take a look at it. This is your circle from the same exact spot. So you have this circle currently inside Lightroom. You can't do any lens correction. Let's see, enable lens correction. I have it set to an old lens. It's not updated yet, so that's not in there. What I did notice is that the circle is clean, where on the Canon end of it, the circle wasn't completely clean all the way around. I actually had a little mark in there somewhere. So as a circle, I don't know why you would use this effect. I don't know where you would use it. Somebody let me know in the comments why you would use this. Let me know down below. Then I shot the wall. People always want to see the edges. You can see some whatever this is, some the vignetting going on at the edges at f5. I was super close to the wall. Then you've got the circle. You don't really see vignetting because you got the whole damn wall in there, and that's at f3.5. Moving forward, we got Brandon indoors. You can see nice and sharp in here, and that's zoomed in 1:1. That's really nice. I'm happy with how that looks because the old fisheye lens wasn't cutting it any longer. Now let's keep going. Just a shot of me that Brandon lopped off real quick. I figured I would get a wider shot of the store. Look, you can actually see that the background is starting to blow out of focus, and that's at f4.5. And look, I'm not even standing super close to the subject, which is the Canon camera, my vloggy camera right here, and the background's blowing out. So you can still blow out the background with a fisheye lens. And then I did it with the fisheye. You can see my feet. You can see my feet in the shot. It's not easy to not have your feet in the shot. And then moving forward, outside, Alan's camera. This one is uncorrected, I'm assuming. Yeah, no corrections done to this. Just wanted to show what it would look like outside in the circle, as well as the 15mm. This is the full circle, tilted up, pointed in the air. Really smooth and clean right here, too. So that's nice. I don't really see any chromatic aberrations in here, any fringing. Holy Jesus, but that's pretty cool. Still don't know what you would use this effect for, but I guarantee you wedding parties will love this effect. Just don't overdo any of it. That's pretty much it, guys. You can take a look at these sample images over on the website. I bought this lens to replace the old 16mm because it was time, and this, like I said, should be maybe your 4th, 5th, or 6th choice of a lens before you pick up the 14 to 24, 24 to 70, 70 to 200, in my opinion, on Nikon full frame are the 3 Amigos, the Hebrew Trinity, the 3 Ninjas, the Holy Trinity, whatever you want to name it, but those are the 3 lenses that I personally would start with, and then after that, I start to add something like a 105-1.4 or a 105 macro, more specialty lenses that you could actually use more often, but a fisheye for a professional in your bag will come in handy when you need that shot. Sparingly. So that's about it for there. And the first thing that I did when I bought this lens is I entered it into my gear vault because it is the best way to input, organize, and protect your gear. If you haven't downloaded it yet, it is absolutely free. Try it right now. It's out on iOS at mygearvault.com. It's coming at the end of June for Android, so please go check it out. It's free. I know it's going to help you better organize your gear so you know what you have and what it's worth. Go do that right now, and I will leave it right there. Let me know what questions you have. Go download the raw files and have a good one. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. My Gear Vault. Input, organize, protect. Download now for free at mygearvault.com or the Apple App Store. Coming soon to Android.